Okay, then we'll start. In the last class, we learned about the discovery of cells. In that, we have read some points. Okay, the first thing is Robert Hooke. Which type of cells did he discover? It was pod, right? And it is dead cells, not living cells. Okay, Advika?
Yes, ma'am.
Advika?
Ma'am, can you see me?
Yeah. I was telling that Robert Hooke discovered cell, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. In that, what type of cell did he discover?
Non-cod cell. Oh, dead,
Yeah.
not living. Ma'am, I
Not
thought it
living.
was living.
Yeah, but he discovered first cell which was discovered was dead cell, not living one. Okay.
Ma'am, I think that in the test also I wrote living cells.
Yeah, that's what both of you. That's why I didn't give you that question because I haven't thought that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that the person who discovered was Louis van Leeuwenhoek. This person.
But,
okay.
yes, ma'am.
So which cell did he discover? He discovered Spirogyra. It's type of green algae, and
Now, who discovered Spirogyra?
this Leeuwenhoek. Free-living. Whenever they say who discovered the free-living cell, it is Leeuwenhoek. Louis van Leeuwenhoek.
And
Anthony
Hawk.
Anthony Wong. Anthony
Yes.
Von Leeuwenhoek. Okay. This is the full name of that scientist. See, he used this microscope, and this is spiral. Okay. So now this thing is what I was talking about. I was talking this experiment. What we do here is we take onion and take the outside layer, that is epidermal tissue, epidermal cell, and what we do, we take a glass slide and put it on that. Then we put water. After that, we put iodine solution on top of that. Then we cover it with cover slide. Then we take that glass slide and put it here in the stage. Okay, in the microscope stage. Understood? What we see here? We see the cell.
Ma'am, I've done this experiment before. It looks like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Great. Then this is the eyepiece. Okay. Here only we keep our eyes like these. Then here we have the coarse adjustment. That is when we have to focus, right? The thing. Suppose this is the specimen. To focus on this specimen, what we do? We use coarse adjustment. That is part, coarseness part, adjustment. And here we have our fine adjustment. Okay, what we do here, in the coarse, we just adjust. We can spot this. Okay, but in fine, the complex structure, inside the complex structure, all this thing we have to focus. We can focus from the fine adjustment, meaning the screw. Okay, understood?
Ma'am, can you please explain it again?
From there, do you want me to explain microscope? Okay. So what we are doing here, we are taking an onion and taking the outside layer of the onion, then put it in glass slide. Okay, it's rectangular and it's transparent. Okay, and what we are doing is after putting it there, then we are putting water in that. After that, iodine. Then we are covering it with cover slip. Then what we are doing, we are taking that glass slide and putting it in this stage of the microscope. This is called compound microscope or light microscope because it uses light to focus. Okay. Now here we are having eyepiece from where we put our eyes to see, and coarse adjustment. We have to focus. We have to focus the specimen, right? That is coarse adjustment. And in fine, we have to find the complex structure inside that. We use, if we want to see the inside complex structures, we use the fine adjustment. Okay, Sharia, you got it?
Yeah, ma'am. Now I got it.
Shazan,
Ma'am, it's
Ma'am, I
Shaila.
didn't got it right now. Can you explain again?
You didn't get it?
No, ma'am.
Okay. From where?
Ma'am, the onion one.
From the onion one. So what we are doing, we are taking an onion, okay, and we are peeling the all outside surface, the outside part. It's a small piece. We are taking a small piece and we are putting it in glass slide, and it's like rectangle.
Ma'am, we are
The
putting it in
small glass
glass.
slide.
Okay.
Okay, it is transparent rectangular shape. When you go to lab, right, you will find there. Okay, have you gone to lab? No.
Ma'am, never. This where
Okay,
we'll go.
yeah, there you will find. Okay. Then after that, what we are doing, we are putting that piece of that onion cell, and we are putting clean water on that. After that, what we are doing, we are putting iodine solution also. Then we are covering it with glass slide. No, the cover slip. Sorry, cover slip. Then after that, we are placing this in the compound microscope, in the stage of the compound microscope. Okay, from here, what we do, we focus, and so we can find what we see here. We find this cells, this onion cell. Okay, and now this is the compound microscope or light microscope. Okay, now we have this. This is eyepiece. Okay, we put our eyes here, and this is the force adjustment. We adjust the specimen, and fine adjustment. We adjust the complex structure of the specimen. Okay, understood? Shazan,
Yeah, ma'am.
Advika,
Got it.
Advika,
Ma'am, I got it. Yes, ma'am, I got it.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
you can hear me. Okay, thank
Ma'am,
you.
I got it.
Okay. Now this is the arm. This whole thing is arm. Okay. With the microscope. This is food. And this is the reflector where the light falls. Okay. Now there was a question, right? Unicellular organism and multicellular organism in our assignment. Shazan and Advika.
Yes, ma'am. What?
You did assignment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In that there was a difference between unicellular
Yeah.
and multicellular organisms. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. We wrote.
Yeah, you
And-
wrote.
Yeah.
You wrote.
But not much.
Yeah.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
didn't write the examples.
Yeah, ma'am. I forgot to write the examples because time was actually, running out. That's why.
Okay.
I got nervous at last. That's why.
Okay. Then you wrote a single cell constitute the whole organism, right? And you wrote there is no division of labor in prokaryotic unicellular organism, but it can be seen in the cell of eukaryotic organism. This thing you didn't write, but you wrote no division of labor in unicellular organism. Then you wrote lifespan is comparatively short, right? You wrote that, right, Shaisa?
Yeah, ma'am.
And there was something you left.
Yes, ma'am.
There was something you left.
Yeah. Examples I left.
No.
Okay, in prokaryotic unicellular organism, this all no?
I didn't understand what you wrote here. 4 consume the single cell reproduction, and you wrote 4 consume the single cell. Okay, it consumed the single cell. That's what you wrote, right?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, no. For reproduction, you can write asexual reproduction by binary fission and sexual reproduction by conjugation. You learn in the higher class. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
No. I didn't tell you about this, but you wrote by yourself. Right? That's great.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Then I can tell you. Yeah, you can also write only visible under the microscope. Then injury in the cell leads to death of the organism.
Yes.
These all comes under the unicellular organism.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. For the multicellular, exactly opposite. Here, asexual reproduction by mitosis, you learn. Okay, you learn about in this class. Then sexual reproduction by gametes. Okay, understood? Shaza, understood?
Yeah, ma'am.
Then there is one more thing. Yeah, the shape changing cells, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, in that WBC.
Okay.
Okay, the other one, amoeba and WBC.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
White blood cell. No need to say something. Okay. Okay, so this thing it's completed. Now we go to the shapes and size of the cells. See, some cells have fixed shape. While some shapes like WBC amoeba keep changing their shapes, right?
Yes, ma'am. What? I didn't get it. Once more.
Okay, some cells have fixed shape. Okay, they
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
change their shapes,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
while some have the
Ma'am, like do our nerve cells change their shape or not?
no,
No, they don't. Okay.
like the WBC amoeba, they change their shape. Okay, see here, there are types of cells. We have nerve cell, bone cell, smooth muscle cell. Then this is clydomonas, and this is plant cell. This is guard cell. Then cartilage cell, connective tissue cell, human blood cell, epithelial cell. Epithelial cell are skin cells. Okay. Then this is striated muscle cell. So smallest cell is microplasma, okay, and largest cell is egg of the ostrich. Longest is nerve cell or the long. Understood?
Yeah, ma'am.
Functions of cells. See, shapes and size of cells are related to specific function they perform.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, like amoeba, it shapes. Yeah, yeah. What were you telling?
No, ma'am.
Susan?
I accidentally raised my hand. Sorry, ma'am. I was just turning off my mic. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Like for you can see in amoeba, it changes
Yes, ma'am.
its shape, right? Why?
Yes, ma'am. While
Because
consuming the
food.
food,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Because they have specific function, right? Which they have to perform. So depending on that shape of the cell changes, right? Likewise for other cells. This second one, the multicellular organism like human perform this function by division of labor, digestive the system to digest food, then kidney to filter blood, no, kidney to filter urine, blood. Sorry. There is formation of urine in kidney, right? Did you understand? Kidney filter blood to make urine. In the 10th standard, you learn about the excretion, where what does kidney do? It filters blood. We have two kinds of blood, right? Deoxygenated and oxygenated blood, right? And what happens is the what does kidney do? The blood contains many waste, so it filters it and it forms urine. Okay,
Okay, ma'am. Understood.
this is the waste material.
Ma'am, with kidney filters, ma'am, blood, which blood?
Our blood.
Okay, ma'am, the blood means which is actually not filtered, means which is dirty.
Yeah, the dirty blood comes to
Kidney.
Yeah, understood.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Next, we have the every cell possesses certain specific component called cell organelles. See, this is animal cell and this is plant cell. Animal cell, plant cell.
Ma'am, one is animal, one. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, see, each cell organelles performs specific function. Like the mitochondria, it is responsible for providing energy to the cell. Then plasma membrane, it is used for the transport of materials from the cell and surrounding. Okay. You can see here animal and plant cell. What are the component of cell? The main thing is this cell membrane is there in animal cell also and in plant cell also. See, cell membrane are there in both. Okay. Then we can see the cytoplasm are there in animal cell also, and in plant cell also. Okay. The thing is, this chloroplast, it's only present in the plant cell, and this centrosome, it's only present in animal cell. Okay. Then this cell wall, it's only present in the plant cell. Got it? Ara? Okay. Advika?
I got it.
Sharia?
Ma'am, ma'am, I didn't get it. Can you?
Ma'am, I got it.
You got it? Okay. Advika? Yeah. I was
Ma'am, it's Sharia.
No. Sharia, you didn't get it?
Ma'am, I got it, but it's Sharia.
Yeah, I was telling Advika. The other. She didn't get it, right?
No, Advika, I didn't get it.
Yeah. You also didn't get it?
No, ma'am, I got it.
Okay. Now, Advika, what I was telling, this this is the plant animal cell, and this is the plant cell. What I'm
Yes, ma'am.
telling is the cell wall and chloroplast. This is only present in the plant cell. It is not
Huh.
present in the animal cell.
Yes, ma'am.
We are talking about cell organelles. It is the component of cell. Okay. Inside the cell, we have the cell organs. We have the cytoplasm, and inside this, in cytoplasm, the cell organelles are embedded, like they are inside there. Okay. And our cytoplasm, it is fluid-like substance. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
You got it? And
Yes, ma'am, I got it.
centrosome, yeah. And centrosome, it's present only in animal cell.
Huh. Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am, I get it now. Ma'am, because, ma'am, I understood.
Here I was talking of which organelles are present in both and which organelles are not present.
Then, ma'am, like, so
Plants. Okay.
chloroplast is there in plant cell, ma'am, because they need chlorophyll for making.
Yes. And we have the vacuole, right? Here, in animal cell, the vacuole is small, and in plant cell, we have the vacuole. Okay, these are the differences.
Ma'am, why animals will have smaller vacuoles and plants will have so larger vacuoles?
Because in plant cell, there is diffusion, and there is
And what, ma'am?
there is, like, it is not complex, right? And,
Yeah.
And the system, we don't have that complexity like we have in the animal cell. I'll explain you in when we go down, right? When we study
Okay,
vacuole, I'll tell you more. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now we talk about the plasma membrane. It is the outer layer of the cell. See this thing. This outer layer of the cell is plasma membrane. Okay. Here transport occurs, and transport mainly occurs by diffusion. What is the diffusion? Diffusion is movement of substance from high concentration to lower concentration. Okay. Suppose in a cell, okay, we have CO2, carbon dioxide. Okay, more carbon dioxide outside the cell, and there is less carbon dioxide inside the cell. What happens? The carbon dioxide moves, and the plasma membrane is selectively permeable. That is, it only allows certain substances to get inside. Okay, Harish, Sansa.
Ma'am, again.
So what is diffusion? Diffusion
Yes.
is movement of substance.
From high concentration to low concentration.
Yeah.
From higher concentration to low concentration.
Yes.
Okay.
So in the surroundings, we have the cell here. Here is the surroundings. What is happening here is the CO2 is more here. Carbon dioxide, we have more here, more concentration of carbon dioxide. What happens? And in the cell, there is no concentration of carbon dioxide. Like there is no carbon dioxide. What happens? Carbon dioxide moves inside the cell. This happens through the diffusion, the process of diffusion. Okay, this is called diffusion. Understood? Likewise, in the cell we have we take out carbon dioxide, right? It's poisonous to us, right? We have more concentration of carbon dioxide inside our cell. What happens here? It goes outside. Carbon dioxide goes outside through the process of diffusion, higher concentration to lower concentration. Understood? And there is we breathe in oxygen, right? So outside there is more oxygen. Okay, so it gets inside the cell by diffusion. Understood? Advika, Sharia,
Yeah, ma'am.
and Shazan, Arham.
Got it, ma'am.
Got it? Okay, explain me, Sharia. What is diffusion? How does it occur?
Can you tell me just one more time?
Okay, what is happening here is movement of substance like solid, liquid, gas, whatever. Okay. So,
Ma'am, wait a second, I will explain.
Meanwhile, I'll tell her. Okay. So, movement of substance from higher concentration. Like here, we have oxygen in the surrounding. Oxygen is more concentration of oxygen. Okay. So what happens?
Hello?
Yes.
Ma'am, sorry, I got disconnected.
Okay, it's okay. So oxygen, it will get inside the cell because of diffusion. Because diffusion is movement of substance from higher concentration. Here we have more oxygen
To low concentrations.
to low concentration. There is less concentration in the cell of oxygen in the cell. So oxygen gets inside the cell. And
Okay, now I got it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And here we have our plasma membrane. Plasma membrane allows the entry of oxygen. Okay. Now Shelly, tell me.
Ma'am, once again, please. Sorry, ma'am. I'm not understanding this one. Please, ma'am, can you explain this again, the diagram part?
Diagram part. Okay. Okay. This is our cell. This is a cell. Okay. This is the plasma membrane. Okay. And this is not the real diagram. This is a simple to understand. Okay. Now we have oxygen outside the cell. There is high concentration of oxygen outside the cell. If I write it like this, you can understand, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. There is high concentration of oxygen outside the cell, in the surrounding, outside the cell. Okay. This is our surrounding. Suppose like this, we can keep it. Okay. Now what happens? Diffusion occurs. What is diffusion? Movement of substance,
Movement of substance from higher
high
concentration to lower
concentration to lower concentration. Because inside the cell there is low concentration of oxygen. So the oxygen moves in. Oxygen moves in. Okay. This is how the transport in plasma membrane occurs. Okay. In the cell occurs through the plasma membrane. Okay. You got it now, Sheza?
Ma'am, what plasma membrane, ma'am?
Through the plasma membrane.
Okay.
Advika?
Ma'am, I got it.
Okay. Arham? Sharia?
Yeah, ma'am, I got it.
Okay. Can anyone explain?
Yes, ma'am. Diffusion is when something with higher concentration moves into a lower concentration.
Yeah, from high concentration of that substance to lower concentration. Okay.
Concentration, like oxygen around the cell. So what will happen? The cell will absorb oxygen.
No, the cell,
Sorry, the cell won't absorb oxygen. Sorry.
the cell will move. No, the oxygen will move in. Will move inside the cell.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah.
So this gaseous exchange helps the organism, the cells to get nutrition from their surrounding. The cell need nutrition to survive, right? To function. Like the cell organelles need energy, right? All the organelles, we have the different kinds of organelles, right? We need energy. That cell need energy to survive. So from this diffusion only, what happens? The nutrition gets inside the cell. The waste material goes outside the cell. Okay, understood? In the next class, we learn about the osmosis. Did someone? Okay. What is osmosis? The same thing. Okay. What happens in osmosis is movement of water molecules through selectively permeable membrane from high concentration to low concentration. It's osmosis. Only the thing is in diffusion. What is the diffusion? Osmosis is a type of diffusion. Okay. In osmosis, there's movement of water through selectively permeable membrane. Okay, understood? In diffusion,
Yes, ma'am.
simply oxygen moves in or carbon dioxide moves out. In osmosis, there is a requirement, there is water movement and semi-permeable membrane. There is requirement of membrane, semi-permeable membrane or selectively permeable membrane. So, movement of substance from high concentration to lower concentration. Understood? Arham?
Yes, ma'am. I understood.
There are three types of solution. What are those? Hypotonic. I think this you have studied in chemistry, right? Diffusion and osmosis.
Yes, ma'am.
Hypotonic, isotonic, and hypertonic. Okay. So in hypotonic, we have a cell. There is higher concentration of H2O outside the cell. So what will happen? Any guesses? Arham?
What, ma'am?
Yeah. So what is happening here is we have a cell and
Yes.
outside the surrounding there is more water concentration. what will happen?
The water will move inside.
The water will move inside. So when the water is moving inside, what happens to the cell? The cell will swell up. Okay. Swell up means it becomes bigger. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
And this is called hypotonic.
Okay, ma'am.
And in the isotonic, what happens here? This H2O concentration outside and inside the cell, it's same. So there will be no net movement of water. Okay. And this solution is called isotonic solution. And next we have the hypertonic solution. In this, what happens? H2O concentration inside the cell, it's more. Okay. So what will happen? What will happen? What will happen?
Ma'am, in hypertonic,
Yes.
I think of it.
Ma'am, I think the water will move outside.
Water will come outside. So cell will shrink. It will
Yes,
become
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
smaller.
Cell will shrink. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
So what is osmosis? Movement of water
From higher concentration to lower concentration.
through semi-permeable membrane. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This is osmosis. Everyone understood?
Yes.
Sharia,
Yes, ma'am.
understood?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, then we'll close our class. Okay. Any doubts?
No.
Okay, then bye bye.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.